all the DNA regions, it means you are excluded. For us to include you, we need to include you in all the DNA regions.
Okusemqoka ukuthi ufuzo lwakho uma kuthatha amasample kanjalo luvelele kuma region wonke we-DNA. Uma ngabe wonke lama region ke ufuzo lwakho aluveleli futhi ke wena ke awufakwa kuleyo DNA okanye kulezo izivivinyo ze-DNA.
Thank you, Malak.
Thanks. Sir, have you ever heard of an inconclusive DNA test?
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Yebo, ngeke ngakuzwa lokho ke okukhulunywa ke ngevivinyo engazange zaqedwa.
Because as I'm listening to your evidence, there are symbols which you attribute to what you call regions. Is that not so?
Yes, my lord.
And then, for instance, you make a conclusion that you have identified the occurrence of certain symbols in a particular sample of a donor 10 times, let's put it like that.
Yes, my lord.
And then, let's say 4 of those tests did not indicate any DNA. It was inconclusive, right?
Yes.
And then in 4, you say those symbolism of the regions is excluded. Is that not so? Look, you say 16. You say 16 is the paramount figure, right?
Yes, my lord.
In the test which you have concluded, as I was listening to you,
Yes.
you say, for instance, a certain person is included, as you say, you read
Yes.
that person into the testing of that DNA test, right?
Yes.
6 times, for instance, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then you say, in 4 other occasions, I did not read him or her into that equation. Is that not so?
Yes, my lord.
So is that not an inconclusive
No,
result?
My lord. No, my lord.
Okay.
And inconclusive, we don't really say inconclusive, we say no conclusion.
I see.
Yeah, so it's where we are missing you in one. Basically, we say if we miss you in 1 or 2. So if we miss you in 1 or 2, then we will say is no conclusion. We will
Right.
say we can't make a conclusion whether we are including you or excluding you.
Right.
Yes.
Futhi ke uma ngabe kulama region ufuzo lwakho aluveleli okanye ke le symbol le esetshenziswayo emayelana ke nelakho igama ke lapho gawu2 mhlambe uma sibheke sithola ukuthi ke leyo symbol ekungukuthi iyona emele igama lakho ayifaki kulapho ke sithi ekugcineni sinquma ukuthi lezo ivivinyo ayiphelelanga okanye asiqedanga ngazo ngenxa yokuthi ke wena ke awuveleli kusho ukuthi kuwo wonke ama region.
Right. I'm with you there. In other words, you're aware of obviously the high watermark of fingerprints, right? In terms of identification of a person.
My lord, I'm not.
I know you're not an expert,
Yeah,
but I can tell you that the standard of proof in a fingerprint evidential matter is that there must be 7 points. 7 points of identification. If they're not, even if you can have 6, you can't say this person is a person who is named Ratamokotling, even if he has 6 points of identification which are similar. As long as it is not 7, they say it is not identification beyond the requirement of proof. Are you with me?
Yes, my lord.
Is it not the same concept?
It's the same concept with us as well.
Yes.
To say that if we don't include you in all the 16 regions, you are not included.
Yes.
Yona
Yes.
leyo ngqobo ke okukhulunywa ngayo enkantolo ekhuluma ngayo kakhulukazi ama-fingerprints ukuthi ke uma ngabe ke kuyovivinywa ke ama-fingerprint okanye kuthathwe iminwe bese ke ku-checkwa ke amaphuzu lawa angaba u-7 amayelana-ke okanye okuyizona iy'nkomba zokuthi lama fingerprint womuntu mhlawumbe othize uma ngabe lawo maphuzu awu-7 awaveleli wonke mayelana-ke nalokho okuvivinywayo kuyothiwa-ke kusho ukuthi akusiwuyena kumele avele owu-7 wonke kanti-ke leyo ngqubo-ke iyona esetshenziswayo nangapha kuma-DNA uma ngabe lama-region awu-16 awavezi ukuthi wonke owu-16 kanjalo aveza-ke inombolo yomuntu othize uma ngabe leyo nombolo ayivezwa kulawo ma-region awu-16 kanjalo sithi-ke lo muntu uyakhishwa akafakwa ngamanye amazwi.
Yeah, quite so. Have you ever conducted a DNA test where all the 16 regions are excluded? Because, for instance, as you say, on the swab, it says 7, 8, 9. And then on the symbol, the pro forma example of the donor, you find 8, 9, 10. The disparity is so large that you can't say there are similarities in any of the DNA symbolism. Have you ever done that? Where you say there are 16 points of none.
No, my lord. I haven't seen where
Yeah.
you will exclude a person in all the 16.
Quite.
You will ultimately get in 1 or 2.
That's it.
Yes.
So DNA coincides in all the tests you have made. Is that not so? Particles of DNA coincided in all the tests you have made. Can I make that statement?
My lord, if you can just clarify what you mean.
For instance, in one of the tests you said there were identification points in your testing
Yes.
of regiments
Yes.
on about, I think, 6.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? 6.
So what it means is there are some regions where that person characters, you can see them in the mixture, but
Yeah.
for you to conclude that that person is a contributor to that particular mixture, you need to read him not in 6, but in all of them.
Yeah, quite. I'm with you.
Yes.
Like, for instance, in identical twins, is that not so?
Yes, in the identical twins.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. Any questions arising?
None, my lord. I've got none.
Yeah, Bob.
Thank you, my lord. I have no questions.
No
Thank you.
questions, my lord.
Thanks. Sir?
Thank you, Madam.
Lokho akushilo-ke ukuthi uma kwenzeka-ke ukuthi kukhona ama-region awu-6 mhlawumbe ashoyo-ke ukuthi kukhona ufuzo lomuntu othize kulezi zinto. Angeke ukwazi ukuthi nginqume ukuthi ngempela vele umuntu lo ufanele ukuthi afakwe. Futhi-ke asikho-ke isikhathi la sike senza-ke iyivivinyo sathola ukuthi kulama-region awu-16 wonke akukho lutho oluncanyana okuyifuzo mhlawumbe ufuzo oluqhamuke emntwini othize. Mhlawumbe ungathola ukuthi ufuzo lomuntu othize luvelela-ke endaweni ezingaba u-3 mhlawumbe eziwu-6 kanjalo, kodwa-ke 16 yonke exclude okanye ikuvalele ngaphandle njengoba uma kwenziwa ivivinyo kubhekwa ukuthi ngabe wonke lama-region awu-16 uyavelela na. Ukuthi-ke akwenzeki-ke ngaleyo ndlela. Mawuke kwavelela nje leyo 4 lama-region awu-4 ikufaka ayisho ukuthi ngempela usukhonjiwe kwabakhona.
Yeah, just as a matter of interest. Just as a matter of interest.
Yes, Madam.
It has nothing to do with this case. Why is that you guys can't